Good evening and welcome to Source 16 News at 10. Near this hour, an Oak Grove home was destroyed and another house was damaged by fire this evening. Oak Grove firefighters responded to the scene of a house fire at 912 DeSoto Lane off of Hugh Hunter Road around 6:50. Firefighters with the Herndon and Pembroke volunteer fire departments also were called to the scene to assist in fighting the blaze, as well as utility companies to shut off services. In addition, Christian County Emergency Management Director Randy Graham responded to the scene and told Source 16 Jonathan and Amanda Carter reside in the home and were able to escape safely. The home on DeSoto Lane was destroyed and the siding of the residence next to the house was damaged by the heat. As of news time, firefighters remained on the scene and details of what caused the fire had not been released by Oak Grove Fire Chief Greg Bequette. However, Red Cross is also on the scene and they are assisting the family as well as the firefighters. In other news, the National Weather Service in Paducah has confirmed it was an EF2 tornado that touched down in Christian County yesterday that left a local factory severely damaged and several people injured. National Weather Service Warning Coordination meteorologist Rick Shanklin, who was in Christian County today surveying the damage, told Source 16 the EF2 tornado that touched down on Frank Yost Lane near Pembroke had peak winds of 130 miles per hour and was on the ground for nearly 4.5 miles and traveled east-northeast. The tornado reportedly first touched down at TG Automotive or T-Gas off of Pembroke Road and left a debris trail from the factory all the way to Fairview. Several emergency agencies responded to T-Gas around noon yesterday after the factory was hit by the tornado. Luckily, there were no fatalities or serious injuries reported, but officials told Source 16 7 T-Gas employees suffered non-life-threatening injuries. According to telephone calls to the station, employees have not received any word from TG Automotive officials when they will return to work or any other information. Source 16 called T-Gas media contact, but our telephone calls had not been returned as of news time. Storm assessment crews also surveyed damage near the Lacey area today to determine whether a second tornado may have touched down in northern Christian County, but Shanklin says the damage in that area was determined to have been caused by a microburst with peak winds of 75 miles per hour. And as reported by Source 16 last night, there was also a lot of damage in Ballard County. The National Weather Service in Paducah also confirmed today there were 2 tornado touchdowns there, one in Slater and another southwest of Kevel. And in the wake of an F2 tornado causing extensive damage to T-Gas yesterday, Hopkinsville City Council tonight approved a contract to provide emergency and weather notification to area residents and made changes to their capital budget. Council members unanimously approved a 39-month contract with Emergency Communications Network Incorporated to implement an emergency notification and a weather warning system called Code Red for the remaining months of fiscal year 2010-11.
Contracts, one is for emergency notification system and one is for weather warning system. On an annual basis, which is the easiest way to explain this, the emergency notification system is a call-based warning of really anything that we desire for those of us who have security passcodes to send a message out to all people who are registered with a telephone. Now, if it's a published telephone landline, you are automatically registered into the system.
In other action, council members approved an amended budget that includes increasing the Parks and Recreation Department budget by $7,000, the Hopkinsville Police Department budget to $22,000 to purchase a motorcycle, and the Administration Department's budget by $23,000 to purchase a vehicle for the mayor. The ordinance passed with Ward 11 Councilman Wesley Grimes and Ward 2 Councilwoman Kimberly McCarley voting no. Council members then established a no parking zone for Thomas Street, approved an operating contract with Ambush Soccer Association to create a youth soccer program and to provide concessions at tournament events. Wisconsin native Tom Wolf is officially a city employee. Before the Hopkinsville City Council meeting tonight, Wolf was treated to a reception in his honor to welcome him as the city's new Public Works Director. According to Wolf, he's up for the challenge and says the city will benefit from his years of experience.
Besides a number of years, which is 35 plus, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've worked for municipalities, I've worked for private consultants. Of my 35 years in the business, I've got 30 years private and 5 years public. But in those 30 years of private, I served as village engineers, town engineers, a campus engineer for a local technical college. And I also represented developers before city boards and councils, and I've worked for the city councils and boards. So I've been on both sides of it. Over 35 years, you get a lot of experience.
The reception was held tonight at 5 at the Lackey Municipal Building. An Oak Grove man has died after allegedly being involved in a fight with his roommate early Monday morning. Oak Grove Detective Dennis Cunningham told Source 16 22-year-old Terry Yoakum Jr. of Oak Grove died at Vanderbilt Medical Center around 4:30 yesterday afternoon after being put in a chokehold by his roommate, 40-year-old Seneca Moore of Oak Grove, during an altercation outside the residence early Monday morning. Cunningham says officials arrived at 523 Gainey Drive shortly after 4 yesterday morning and found Yoakum face down on the ground, unresponsive and without a pulse. The California native was transported to Blanchfield Army Community Hospital, where he was stabilized and then transported to Vanderbilt Medical Center, where he later died. Cunningham says now that the victim has died, the first-degree assault charges will change, but he is unsure of what they will be until he meets with the Commonwealth attorney. Moore is currently lodged in the Christian County Jail. Well, a fourth mistrial has been declared in the double murder trial of a Fort Campbell soldier accused of killing his estranged wife and her former mother-in-law in 2007. After 9 hours of deliberations, jurors reportedly could not reach a unanimous verdict against Brent Burke, who is accused of killing his estranged wife, Tracy Burke, and her former mother-in-law, Karen Comer, in Comer's Rineyville residence on September 11, 2007. The Commonwealth is now planning to move forward with a fifth murder trial, and a judge has scheduled a pretrial conference for the morning of April 26 to set a trial date. Burke is expected to ask the judge to reduce his $1 million bond. General David Petraeus recently visited Fort Campbell's Bastogne soldiers in Afghanistan's Peck River Valley to show his unwavering support. The top military commander reportedly praised the battalion's leadership and honored hundreds of Task Force Bulldog troops for their relentless determination in fighting. According to Petraeus, the Peck River Valley is an area where U.S. and NATO forces are currently engaged in intense fighting to prevent insurgents from coming in from neighboring Pakistan. During his visit, Petraeus also awarded a Bronze Star Medal with Valor, 3 Army Commendation Medals with Valor, and 4 Purple Hearts to several members of the battalion. For the 16th time, the National Arbor Day Foundation has named Mayfield as a Tree City USA community for its commitment to urban forestry. Mayfield has met the 4 standards to become a Tree City USA community: a tree board or department, a tree care ordinance, a comprehensive community forestry program, and an Arbor Day observance and proclamation. The Tree City USA program is sponsored by the Arbor Day Foundation in cooperation with the National Association of State Foresters and the USDA Forest Service. As we reported last week, Madisonville also was named a Tree City USA community for the 16th time. Mayor Teresa Cantrell is keeping the past close to heart by selling nostalgic postcards of Mayfield's history at the City Hall Information Center. The postcards are available for 50 cents each, and the proceeds will go to benefit the city employees' Christmas Party Fund. Currently, the collection includes each side of the downtown square, Merritt Clothing Company, Curley Clothing Company, Covington Brothers Grocery, Kroger on 6th and South Streets, and Fuller Gilliam Hospital. The mayor says more photos will be added to the collection as interest continues. A female juvenile who escaped from the Murray Group Home has been captured by the Paducah Police Department. According to Kentucky State Police, the girl escaped after she was taken to the Adult Education Center in Murray and was last seen around 2:50 Monday afternoon. She was found last night by Paducah Police and is currently being lodged in the McCracken County Juvenile Detention Center. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission and Health Canada are recalling thousands of toy trucks due to choking hazards. Infantino has received reports of children gagging on plastic beads and almost 30 reports of beads detaching from the bead runs on the activity trucks. Over 40,000 of these recalled trucks were sold at Babies R Us, Toys R Us, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and other toy stores nationwide from September 2009 through February 2011 for about $15. Consumers are urged to take the recalled toy away from children and contact Infantino toll-free at 888-808-3111 to receive a free replacement toy. In other news, a 36-year-old Louisiana man was charged with driving under the influence after police say he drove his vehicle into the lake in Marshall County. The Marshall County Sheriff's Office was dispatched to a collision on Highway 68 in Aurora, where deputies say it appears Jimmy Sims Jr. of Grand Cane, Louisiana, ran off the side of the road and his pickup truck went into the lake at the Ken Lake Bridge. Police report Sims was able to remove himself from his truck and swam to the bank. He was taken to the Marshall County Hospital where he was admitted for treatment. Sims was charged with operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs. The Sheriff's Office is continuing to investigate the crash. A Marshall County man was arrested for wanton endangerment and other offenses after police say he filed a false report that he was shot with a BB gun. A Marshall County Sheriff's report says a deputy was dispatched to New Hope Road in reference to a disturbance where shots had been fired. On arrival, the subject, 41-year-old Billy Griggs of Calvert City, stated that he was shot by two other subjects with a BB gun, but police determined that Griggs had actually shot and hit another juvenile. Griggs was charged with first-degree wanton endangerment, fourth-degree assault, domestic violence, and falsely reporting an incident. He was booked into the Marshall County Detention Center. A Trigg County woman that was arrested in Marshall County on a bench warrant is now facing a drug charge after police reportedly found pot in her pants. A Marshall County Sheriff's deputy served a bench warrant on 46-year-old Dorothy Capes of Cadiz. He reports she was favoring the front of her pants and was squirmy, not wanting anyone near her front pocket during a search. Upon arrival at the jail, when asked if she had anything illegal on her, she reportedly told a deputy she had marijuana in her pants. Capes was charged with possession of marijuana and lodged in the Marshall County Detention Center on her bench warrant along with her new charge. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $30 million and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $218 million.